Welcome everybody. Great turnout. Thank you guys for coming out here. I'd like to welcome you on behalf of Blue Ridge Conservancy's board and staff to this awesome celebration of the newest addition to the Watauga River Paddle Trail. Folks from Blue Ridge Conservancy, board members, can you raise your hands and show? Thank you guys for coming out. Great support. And all the staff, I think everybody knows staff, but Blue Ridge Conservancy staff, raise your hand. Yeah. For folks who don't know, Blue Ridge Conservancy, we're a private nonprofit who works to conserve land with agricultural, cultural, ecological, recreational, or scenic value. So we've conserved about 25,000 acres in the high country in the 7 counties that we work, adding land to Grandfather Mountain State Park, Elk Knob State Park, 3 Top Mountain Game Land, created Pond Mountain Game Land in Ashe County, and more locally in Valle Crucis, we've conserved about 1,000 acres. This is one of our kind of original focus areas. So all the way from Bear Paw State Natural Area, the headwaters of Dutch Creek, down into the Watauga River Gorge. So in this section here, we've got several farmland conservation easements. So a lot of that undeveloped land that you see on the Watauga is under conservation easement. And so, you know, today we're really here to celebrate all the partners and all the work that went into creating this river access and is now transferred to Watauga County. And this came to the county at no cost to them. And so, you know, all of these folks here that I'm going to talk about are real strong supporters of open spaces and outdoor recreation, have helped provide some real significant funds and a lot of time, not only to this access, but to all the recreational opportunities that you guys are seeing, including the Middle Fork Greenway, the Northern Peaks State Trail. So here, this park is 8 acres. It's much bigger than just this parking lot. We've got about 1,300 feet of riverfront. And what's going to happen in the future, so folks, if you walk down here, you'll notice all the riverbank is eroding fairly significantly. And Jonathan Hartzell at Blue Ridge RC&D has helped secure all the funding to do a major stream restoration project on here to keep it secure. So it's a funny story. When I was out here early on, Mike True and I, the engineer, we were trying to decide where we want to put this river access. And so we were on the river's edge, and we were walking up and
It's the Amber Alert.
It's the Amber. Yeah. Is that? There we go. That's better. So Mike True and I are walking up and down trying to figure out where we want to put this river access.
I'll just talk louder. And then, so I turned around, and Mike disappeared on me. And I was like, what the hell happened to Mike? And the riverbank is eroding so much, he had dropped and fallen into the river. No. About 8-foot drop. And so it goes to show you how bad this river's eroding. So it's going to be a really big project there. And so, as I mentioned, part of our mission is to create all these recreational opportunities, and we're really seeing this is where the public and getting folks out onto properties. People who fish, people who kayak and out recreate realize more and more getting access to our creeks and rivers to fish and paddle is getting more difficult. And so creating these publicly accessible river accesses is extremely important, and really what we're trying to accomplish more and more. So you don't have to be just lucky to know someone who has riverfront or be able to afford a riverfront property. This property really is for everyone to come and enjoy. And so, you know, this is the second river access that Blue Ridge Conservancy has been involved in on creating the Watauga River. The other one is down at the Guy Ford Road River Access. So a lot of folks have been down there. That's another popular spot. So we're trying to, you know, keep working on adding various accesses to different points along the river to really kind of create and fill in this Watauga River paddle trail. And so we're going to celebrate this new river access here today, but a lot of this is to thank all of the folks that were involved to make this happen. You know, as for folks who have been involved in these public access, public recreation projects, you realize it takes a lot of people and a lot of entities to make this happen. So first, I'd like to thank Ralph and Amy Church and their family for stewarding this land for all these years and for agreeing to sell all the property to us. This is part of the original church farm, and so they wanted to, you know, make sure that this was again a public access for everyone. Marianne Mueller and Diana Travis, they acquired 6 acres of this property and donated it to Blue Ridge Conservancy. 6 of the 8 acres they acquired, so they really helped. You know, their donation leveraged 4 times the amount of funds to help acquire this, and so really thank you guys for all that. The Watauga County TDA staff and board. TDA, can raise your hand. Right. There you guys. Thank you guys. You know, they are the premier funders of all of these recreation projects here in the county. They've everything you see where you're getting out and, you know,
don't
hiking
tell everybody that.
Bryce the man to talk to you about that. Thank you guys. The Tennessee Valley Authority, the TVA, has been instrumental in both this project as well as the Guy Ford Road access. They provided funding for the acquisition on this property. The North Carolina General Assembly, and when Deanna Ballard was in the Senate then, and Ray Pickett, they helped get funding for the construction of this river access. And I want to thank Watauga County for taking ownership of this and stewarding it and managing it. Under Karen Poteet's leadership, we have some good maintenance out here and had our crew buff this place out for us. So look forward to more of that in the future. And then other folks that were involved, Andy Hill, thank you, the Watauga River Keeper, for helping with some of the funding and keeping all of us on task here. As I mentioned, Mike True, wherever he went, he helped engineer all of this, so thank you. Nathan Andrews and his crew for doing all the construction. They worked under some difficult conditions that were uncovered during this construction process, but I'd say we have a pretty solid parking lot here. And then this fella has done so much volunteer and help work for Blue Ridge Conservancy. He is not only a master woodworker, but he can fix pretty much anything that comes your way. And that's Mike Whaley. He's the one that did these signs here. And these are cabinet quality signs. It's about to a 1/16 of an inch, right, Mike, I think? So give a chance for some of our supporters to come up and say a few words. So Rebecca Hayden from the Tennessee Valley Authority. Thank you.
These are the days that, like, all the hard work pays off. And at TVA, we often say, if you want to do a project and you're looking right and left and you're standing there by yourself, you're at the wrong spot. This is the right spot. Look at the people, the diversity of the organizations, of the level of the organizations, of individuals, of businesses coming together to open up recreational opportunities for this region. And this is going to bring people in from out of town. It's increasing the quality of life here. That's why TVA was a part of it. We have a 3E mission: environment, economic development, and energy. And to us, this ties in with 2 of those E's very strongly. And it's great to have these partnerships and appreciate the ability to improve the quality of life here. And you said this also, and this might be originally a Clay quote, which is, when you have public land, everybody has waterfront access. So it isn't dependent on knowing somebody or having the resources to own it. And so that connection and being outside, I think we've all found, especially in COVID and the increase of use of public land, like how fundamental that is to our insides to be able to experience this. So I'm very proud to be part of this partnership. Look forward to future things and future opportunities and additional access to the 2 that we've contributed to so far, and I'm really glad to be here. So thank you.
Thank you.
we said was, like, we all are adults, but we need to be excited. Like, the dog was excited to be here and, like, bouncing around and, like, happy to be here. And I do think that's what's in our insides. And that was for my discussion over here. So that was worth adding.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Becca. Mary Ann, you or Diana Travis, or Dan, do you want to come up? Thank you guys so much again. And one thing I failed to mention earlier is not only did they help create this access, they helped with the land purchase of the access at the 163 bridge on the South Fork New River in Ashe County. So they've helped create 2 public accesses here in the high country. So thank you guys.
You're welcome. Mary Ann and I were just fell in love with Allegheny County when we came up to visit my brother 22 years ago. What happened during the course of that, I think a little 8-year-old was abducted, and that's why everybody's radio is put off. What happened to us, the longer we were here, the more we were on the river. We were right on the South Fork of the New, and when you actually get on a river and go down there where there's nothing else, the wanting to conserve it just sort of takes, you just look around and you just want to have this being kept for the environment, for the animals, for the people to be able to see it, for the tourism actually that it brings in to help fund the town around. So we were happy to be able to do this, and as a result, it encouraged us when we did have the funds to try to make it so that I think what's going to happen is more people are going to go down the river, more people are going to fall in love with the land, and hopefully more funds will come in to fund some other projects. So
Well, thank you.
that's it. Yeah.
Thank you, Diane. I appreciate it very much. And as I mentioned earlier, one of our great partners in all of our projects, Watauga County Tourism Development Authority, Bryce Tilley. Come up and say a few words.
Thank you.
Thank you. As always, thank you, right? For all your...
You are welcome.
Thanks everybody for coming out this morning. Thank you for recognizing the value of tourism and what it contributes to the economy of Watauga County. So we are fortunate that our enabling legislation allows us to spend up to 1/3 of the occupancy tax funds collected on what they term other tourism related. So we're mandated that we have to spend 2/3 on marketing and promoting the destination, but we've given some flexibility on the other 1/3, which allows us to partner with Blue Ridge Conservancy and others for projects like this. The conversation about public lands is important. While we're primarily a destination marketing organization, we also have a responsibility for destination management. And I think having more access, public access areas like this will hopefully keep people from trespassing on private property when they come to visit Watauga County and recreate. So we're extremely happy to be a part of this project. As you guys have already mentioned, it ties in nicely with our paddle trails. So we just redid our paddle trail maps, the little fold-up maps that we give out at various places. So we have the New River on one side and now the Watauga River on the other side. And so being able to connect from here down to the Upper Gorge access area right there at the 321 bridge is great. It's an awesome float, canoe, kayak from here. So just remember that we all get frustrated sometimes when the roads are clogged and we have to stand in line at a restaurant for a little bit, but it enables us to do things like this in the community. So we're just grateful that tourism allows us to reinvest in the community, because that's a win for the residents as well. So thank y'all for being out here. Thanks to Blue Ridge Conservancy for the great work you guys do. If you haven't, let me put a shameless plug in for our master plan called Imagine Watauga. We wrapped that up about a year ago. It's a 15 to 20 year master plan that involves projects like this. So it is online at imaginewatauga.com. So if you want to take a look at that, if you ever have any input, it is a working document that will continue to go forward and guide our board's vision as to the things that we will hopefully invest in terms of tourism infrastructure and outdoor recreation infrastructure. Thank you, guys. Thank you, right? Appreciate it. Yeah, I just kind of want to reiterate, this is just, it seems like just a small, river access, but with all these people talking and all the people thinking, it takes a lot to make all this happen. So all of these public access projects, whether it's the Middle Fork Greenway, Northern Peak State Trail, other river accesses, people wonder maybe why things take so long. Nothing is ever as simple as it seems, and it takes really all of these partners to make this happen. So again, just want to thank everyone. We're excited to have this officially open and dedicated. Please tell your friends, family, come out here, float, fish, picnic, and enjoy yourselves. So thank you guys.
Can I add another word?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because since we were involved in this from the beginning, Eric's not getting enough thanks here. You would not believe what he had to do to pull this project together. The people he had to talk to, trying to figure out who owned what land, and are you sure they own it? And if it was passed down through families, he worked his butt off. And this is the chief reason this thing is happening.
Thank you.
Yes.